don't trust this dude. What are we doing? Can I look at this mirror? Watch out, Mr. Edgeworth! It's a broken mirror. It probably came from the haunted house. Why is this here, and why are they planning to repair it? What did you mean by Bad Badger? A costume is missing. Well, just what I said, sir. We are one Bad Badger short. I mean, if you looked at it, there are 3 missing. Because there's only 1 out in the park at a time. Counting the spares, we have 2 of each costume on hand at all time. Okay, so because one of them is walking around in the park, the other should be in that room. Actually, both of them should be in that room. Huh? What do you mean? Normally, we don't use the Bad Badger costumes. In fact, we only use them during a certain event at a set time each day. It's a stage show where the Bad Badger wreaks havoc all around the town, around the park. And the other Badgers must work together to apprehend him, sir. I'm speechless that such a show exists. Well, sir, I was just trying to explain to you that the only time we use that costume. Then doesn't that make it near impossible to take a picture of the Bad Badger? Yes. Personally, I can't believe that it's this close to showtime and there's no costume. Oh dear, what am I gonna do, sir? All this basically means is that the kidnapper stole 4 costumes in total. Now, are you saying that there are 4 kidnappers? No, I don't think that's very likely. Oh. Recall the costumes for a moment. The stolen ones, you mean? Yeah, one got shot. What proves that a 4th kidnapper does not exist? This one.
Take that!
If you had 4 people and you wanted to steal a 4th costume, wouldn't you naturally go for the full set and steal a Pink Badger costume instead? Yeah, that makes sense. And yet the kidnappers decided to steal another Bad Badger. I believe the culprits need 2 Bad Badger costumes, but the question is why? Guess that was a cart used. I don't know how that helps anything here. I was wondering if you don't mind. Mr. Proto Badger, how did you know my name? You're pretty famous, sir. I would think that most people would know who you are. Famous? Me? Absolutely, sir. You're always very active in the community, I hear. Wow, I didn't know you were such a celebrity, Mr. Edgeworth. I feel like I've met this person before. Maybe it's just my imagination. It's gotta be Gumshoe, right? And use folding chairs and lean against the wall in their folded state. Whoever lined these up did it perfectly, and not a single hair off. I'd feel bad using these because it'd be like stealing the perfection away. I suspect it's more like you wouldn't want to be the one to put them away. Cute. This must be where yeah, there's a costume in there, and that's probably the one that dude got shot in. This must be where they dispose of old, worn-out costumes. That's so sad. I've seen that they threw the costumes away in pieces. That's a Bad Badger piece. Put them together. Sure, try that. Yes! The second Bad Badger costume. I believe it may be closer at hand than we think. What do you mean? The costume in the trash. When you say that it's wearing some very telltale pants. Hey, you're right. Let's get out here and take a look. It's gonna be soaked in blood. Or not. As I suspected, it's a Bad Badger costume. Well, minus the head. I won't rest until I've inspected everything. I just figured this was the one he'd get shot in. Look, its hand is hurt. Looks more like something was ripped off of it. I wonder why this Bad Badger costume has its right hand. Costume's right hand is torn up like that. Maybe it's a flesh wound from a fight with the Blue Badger. I always knew that Blue Badger was one ferocious beast. I somehow doubt that even real badgers are as bloodthirsty as that, Kay. Let the girl dream, okay? Wonder why this Bad Badger's costume's right hand is torn up like that. Oh, wait. Wasn't the head in, like, the other room? So, like, it's like, can I look at anything else now? can deduce something from here. Yeah, here you go. There's a clear contradiction. What are you talking about? Are you going to fill me in or what? Wait, maybe it's not quite. Well, fucking put the head on it. Maybe something will happen. Just tell me if it's a contradiction. Shut up. Let's try this. Maybe. Thank God. I believe what we have here is an inconsistency. Between what? Look carefully. Our costume is not holding something in his right hand that it should be. Oh, the gun. Precisely. I didn't think they were fucking attached. Precisely. The Bad Badger was designed to always hold a gun in his right hand. However... You there, did you remove the gun from the Bad Badger's right hand? No, I did not, sir. The gun's supposed to be securely attached to the costume. As I thought, the rip itself confirms my hypothesis that the gun was forcibly removed. Mr. Proto-Badger, the gun is, of course, not a functioning weapon, correct? Absolutely not, sir. It's just a model gun. However, it can fire blanks. We need to use them for the stage show. Seems our kidnappers also had a need for the model gun, my dear costume friend. They used a fucking real one, dude. Investigation complete, thank God. I think we're about done with this room. So what's next? Well, we found a few answers, but there are still a few things left that we have to ask a certain person about. Let's go, Kay. Yeah, Lance. March 13, 3:34 p.m. Mr. Edgewood, sir! You gotta hurry, sir. Come on! What is it, detective? They found a blue badger costume down in front of the main gate, sir. What? Isn't that one what one of the kidnappers was wearing? Bingo! That's why you gotta come to the main gate with me right now. If we hurry, we still might be able to get there before Wolf Boy does, sir. Alright, let's make haste to the main gate. To be continued. Yay! Give me a save. Feels nice. I like saving. (3:45 p.m. now. So much time's passing. Where's the costume, Detective Gumshoe? Just on the other side of the fountain, sir. Was it out here in the open all along? No. I was over here. No, it just discovered in the tall grass back there. We moved it out here in order to examine it more thoroughly. And let's get down to it. I won't rest until I've inspected everything. Yeah, it's that thing. What do we have here? Oh, it's another pendant. That's 2 treasures in one day. How lucky is that? And hey, this pretty baby is made of platinum silver too. It's probably from the same pendant. Another pendant on top of the one we found on Mr. Deacon. Is it possible that these two? Hold it right there. Hands off, Mr. Prosecutor. You sure know how to cross the line, don't you? Bang, bang. A pendant, huh? It's a very decisive piece of evidence. How can you tell? Look here and read off what you see. Lauren. Hey, it's a name that's engraved on this. Miss Pop's pendant. Wow, at least you didn't just spell it out. Aha! We have you now, Miss Kidnapper. No, you don't understand. Loli, I can't believe you were one of my kidnappers. Lance. Really, Lollipop? Stop it. You're kidding. Miss Pops was one of the kidnappers? Give me your sweetheart. Yes. It was me. I held Lance hostage. So Miss Pops is one of the kidnappers. But even knowing that, I can't call this case solved or over. Hey guys, case closed. You get the call ready, and I mean the special one for this young lady. Calm down. Again, Mr. Prosecutor, what is it this time? Are you proposing that Miss Pops is also the culprit in the murder case? What happened? I thought Officer Meekins was your suspect. Huh, we found it. Found what? The officer's gun. He literally dropped it in the middle of a thick patch of grass. Your country's police are a shame. Sham. They just look at how careless they are. Who are you calling a sham? The officer's gun didn't show signs of having been fired, so it can't be the murder weapon. So Officer Meekins has been cleared of all charges, I see. And that's when a brand new suspect comes walking onto the scene. The murder only happened because the kidnappers started fighting amongst themselves. As I recall, it was you who said that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? Yeah, that was before I found out there was a third person. Miss Pops, did you really kill Mr. Deacon? It was her dad. No. Hi. Yes. I killed him. Sweetheart, stop it. Don't say anything. I can't believe it. Thanks for the confession. Under duress, Agent Lang, it's much too early to declare the case closed. Look at you, so sure of yourself. We've got the culprit's own confession, some very incriminating evidence. What more could you ask for? Miss Lauren Pops? Yes? I want to hear it from you. Tell me your side of all that happened. That has happened today. From the kidnapping to the murder. Why? I'm a kidnapper and a killer. Isn't that enough? Don't cut your hair, sweetheart. It's fine if you're the one behind everything, but only if that is the truth. Now then, will you tell us the truth? Or is there some reason why you can't? I wish I was that ring pot. I've had a change of heart. I think I'd enjoy seeing you sulk away as a losing mutt. Alright, you heard me. Let's hear all about the evil deeds you committed today. Come here, Lauren. You and I dance together. The one who came up with the kidnapping plan was the butler, Mr. Deacon. We knew that we could get rich by holding Lance hostage. Mr. Romano would pay anything to get his son back after all. Everything was going according to plan, but as soon as we got the money, Mr. Deacon turned on me and tried to kill me. Well, that would be bona fide self-defense, sir, if that was the truth. Meaning she's not a killer and a murderer. But you know, you wouldn't want that. There, you satisfied? She confessed to her crimes a second time. At least you have the guts to admit what you've done. I can at least respect that much. Miss Pops, is what you said really the truth? Yes, it is. If that is the truth, it certainly isn't the whole truth. Because there's something that seems a bit too improbable in her confession. Well, one of his name's Mr. Deacon, but you know what, whatever.
Hold it!
Because it was Mr. Deveray. Oh, well, you know did you know the victim? I've spoken with him only a few times at Lance's house. A few times, that's it? Yes. They only met a few times. I don't see how they could have trusted each other. But if you hardly ever talk, then how could he trust you not to steal his plan? That's completely irrelevant. He was planning to betray her from the very beginning. Well, which is why he chose someone he wasn't especially close to. Isn't that right, Sheena? Yes, however, Mr. Deacon made a very poor choice. In the end, he was killed by the one he intended to betray himself. Huh, I bet he didn't see that one coming. God, she's sweet. Fuck. This doesn't really contradict anything, but his name's not fucking Deacon. And Lauren D, so Deveray. It's like both of them changed their names. Like, he knew he could get rich because dude's dad's rich. He would pay anything to get his son back, yeah. Everything was going according to sound, but as soon as we got the money. Would you mind telling us a little about the plan itself? Well, first we captured Lance. Oh, how did you do that? Well, Mr. Deacon did that on his own, so I don't quite know. Bah, and here I thought you knew how to steal people away. I shudder to think what she would do with such knowledge. I hope she'd steal me. Sorry, I really don't know what, but somehow Mr. Deacon was able to contain him. All we had to do after that was wait for the ransom to be paid, but... The one who came up with the plan. Trying to kill me. What's wrong, Kay? I can't believe she was betrayed. I kinda feel sorry for her. I feel a little sorry for her too, however, I also wish she would just tell us the whole truth. Because there is something a little bit too improbable in her confession. But I'll give it another careful listen and see. Turn on there. Let's get a press on that one. Why do you think he did? I have no idea, but maybe he planned on doing so from the very beginning. Miss Pops cries. When Mr. Deacon planned to kill Miss Pops from the very beginning, was that ever really likely to happen? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Objection! I'm sorry, but I don't think what you just said, what you just claimed is all that likely. Huh? I don't think Mr. Deacon would have ever been capable of killing you. Why? We are total strangers. It's not uncommon for people to kill each other over money. Miss Pops, you really are clueless, aren't you? What do you mean? You never knew what your role in the kidnapping was, nor do you know who you really are. But I do know, and I can show you that piece of evidence. This proves that Mr. Deacon wouldn't have been able to bring himself to kill Miss Pops. Oh, the pendant, right?
Take that!
Yeah. Oh, good. Okay, just making sure. Why are you showing me this to me? So what about the pendant? This pair of wings along with this piece of evidence show who you really are. Yeah, that one.
Take that!
These two pendants resemble each other, wouldn't you agree? Hey, you're right. They're the same color and they're even made of the same material. And they make a Pegasus. I believe that these two pendants are actually one. Well, it was a horse. I just said it was a fucking Pegasus. It looked like one. Ah. Shall we give it a try? Wow, it's totally a Pegasus. Why? Why does my pendant match up with Mr. Deacon's? Because he's your father. No. You're a smart lady. I'm sure you can imagine why that might be. No, that can't be. So the two make a set. Just another trinket. It's not as though this changes anything. You lack imagination, Agent Lang. Very well, I'll show you with this evidence. This is the piece of evidence that gives meaning to the Pegasus pendant. We're just fucking throwing everything together. He's meeting his daughter. Oliver Deacon was just an alias for this man. Also known as Oliver Deacon. His real name was Cullen Deveray. That name that is etched on this horse pendant. What? An alias? I suppose he had to hide the fact that he was a felon somehow in order to live. And it makes sense given what is written in Mr. Deveray's dossier. But what I really wanted to point out was this. This specific section is what makes the true meaning. His daughter, his sole daughter.
Take that!
Mr. Deveray had one daughter. And her name is Lauren Pops. It's a lie. That person was not my father. He couldn't come out and tell you that he was your father because he was in hiding. However, I believe he was trying to secretly watch over you. Do you still believe that a man like that could kill the daughter he was separated from? Because she did say he was like taken away, or like he went on that fucking Pegasus and was like gone forever or whatever. And euphemism, I guess, for jail. Or what he told her when she was really young. Or what her mom told her. Or even that such a man would allow his daughter to get involved in a kidnapping plot. Ha 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 ha! What is so funny, Agent Lang? Actually, it's definitely not kidnapping because Lance was in on it. Lance is the one that killed her dad, not her. You're good at making things up in your head and deciding it's the truth, aren't you? What are you trying to say? You're thinking it's much too innocent. After all, I've thought of another possibility. Is that so? Well, let's hear it. Stupid. This one makes perfect sense. It's the least fucked up thing you can think about. It's so rational. I'll grant you that the two of them are father and daughter. But isn't it possible that they both knew that fact? It was no coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the House of Amano. And the two of them made good use of the meetings to plan this little kidnapping. When you say my scenario is perfectly probable as well. That has nothing to do with betraying each other. So this is his version of how things might have happened. Might have been. You don't have any proof that either one didn't know of their true relationship, right? You mean they knowingly committed the kidnapping as father and daughter? But that doesn't change the... Why would he... It's right. And it's one really rotten family. Is that really what happened? I'd better take a long, hard look at the evidence. I don't see how that disproves anything, though. Like, why would he still try to kill his daughter?
Hold it.
Precisely. And what father would ever willingly kill his own daughter?
Now go back.
I've seen a lot of things in my travels. Okay, yeah, just things. I can tell you that being relative by blood has sometimes proven nothing.
Hold it.
You think they knew? It's hard to tell. Yeah, I don't think only the victim knew. I think the girl realized it as well. They both knew who the other person was, but they had to pretend like they didn't. I think she found out later, but she ended up knowing, because he was on the lam. You got it. The victim couldn't exactly go around flaunting who he was. Furthermore,
Hold it.
what's this, no coincidence? One is a butler and one is the friend of the son, you mean? They probably thought that it was their best shot. Is that what you honestly believe? Of course. Okay. It's not fucking evidence. I can't use it. God damn it.
Hold it.
You mean how they plotted to commit this crime as blood relatives? Can you think of a better partner? They're certainly a clever pair. Butler and the girlfriend. No one would ever suspect that they were in fact family. And from the very beginning, they painstakingly practiced those roles well.
Hold
No.
it.
I believe you're being a little bit too overconfident for someone with no evidence. Am I? Because I don't see you presenting any evidence to the contrary. Oh my god. Without evidence to counter him, we're stuck at a draw. Agent Lang isn't wrong. His scenario is certainly a probable one. You better hurry up and do something, or Lawrence. Gonna wind up looking really bad. I know, but first things first is Agent Lang's line of logic faulty. Faulty, correct. Whatever. I didn't read that right. The two of them really knowingly commit the crime as father and daughter. She might not have. Like, it's not two. Oh my god. I wish I had fucking... Does this count? Does it say, like, there are 4 that are missing? Oh god, I hope. And then, like, 3 costumes were stolen. Thank god. Because, like, I wanted, like, an actual piece of evidence that said, like, there's 3 people. The kidnapping wasn't planned by just 2 people alone. And what kind of proof do you have for that? Quite simply, there are 3 kidnappers. 3? Huh. 4 costumes were stolen from the Wild Wild West area's back room. We found one of them in the kidnapper's hideout, but as for the other 3, we can assume that they were being worn by 3 different people. We also found a set of 3 cups and 3 folding chairs that were used in the hideout. It all clearly points to a 3-man group. And I believe this 3rd person is the real mastermind behind the kidnapping. Who's the mastermind? I present you the brains behind the kidnapping, Lance Amano. Lance Amano? Yes, this abduction was in fact schemed up by Lance himself. Recall what he said when he appeared before us. Did you see the face of the kidnappers? No, I didn't see their faces, but 2. One was a woman. He threw her ass under the bus. However, there are 3 kidnappers, which is in direct contradiction to what he said. I know I only saw 2 people. Because you were the 3rd, bastard. This guy was being held hostage. It's possible you couldn't see all 3 of them. Yes, but when you were being held, I have my doubts about what happened then. Lance, would you mind telling us what happened while you were being held captive? I really don't remember much anymore, honest. But if I don't tell you at least something, you won't believe me at all, will you? Fuck this prick. You're the one who killed him. Push him over the side. Hold him up. I was kidnapped yesterday morning. They had me shut in that room, blindfolded the entire time. But the kidnapper suddenly disappeared around the time I heard rain falling outside. My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck that they left me alone. I made my escape and ran away from that room as fast as I could. How were you able to see if it was 2 people if you were blindfolded the entire time, fuckwad? Hee hee ho ho, you just lied, bitch. Through the underground passageway, I assume. Are you okay? Sorry, I really don't want to recall that horrible ordeal, but... Now you believe me, right? No, not quite yet. How can you not? Why do you look at me with icy daggers in your eyes? Because he's a prosecutor, because they're all like that. You're the one that wants to arrest everyone, you fucking cocksucker. I'll have you know, Agent Lang, a prosecutor's eyes are for discerning the truth. And should they be interrupted interpreted to be cruel at times, then so be it. There's a sticking point in Lance's testimony. Let's see what he offers up when I push a little.